to White Regis TV film review and preview. I'm Andrew Wright. This week, leading Oscar contender One Battle After Another arrived on home video. The film stars Leonardo DiCaprio, Sean Penn, Benicio del Toro, Tiana Taylor and Chase Infinity. The film follows an ex-revolutionary who is forced back into his former combative lifestyle when he and his daughter are pursued by a corrupt military officer. So the film has been doing well on the awards circuit, picking up Best Picture, Best Director and Best Screenplay winners at Golden Globes and Critics' Choice Awards, as well as numerous other smaller awards societies outside of the big influential ones. It's also been picking up several top nominations at the BAFTAs and the Oscars. And it did very well with critics. It made a lot of critics' top 10 of 2025 list. So I went into the film knowing the critical reaction and the awards buzz around it. Because, I've been hearing it for months. But my reaction was kind of mixed. I absolutely hated the first act of the movie because a lot of it revolves around Tiana Taylor's character, who I just didn't like. I think as soon as she steps in a room with Sean Penn, that part of the film is so badly written, it just set off all my alarm bells. And it really makes the opening part of the movie tough to watch. But then in the second act, once she's been taken out of the main narrative, the film picks itself back up again and becomes really quite enjoyable. I really enjoyed the middle part of the movies, and I thought there were great performances from DiCaprio, Del Toro, and Infinity. So I gave the film 3.5 stars out of 5. I know it's got a lot of 5-star reviews and on a lot of critics' best of the year lists, but it didn't even crack my top 20. Hey, because I felt struggles out the gate, stumbles at the end, bit in the middle's really good. And I really like Paul Thomas Anderson's directing in this, so 3.5 stars out of 5. Not even cracked the top 20. One Battle After Another is available now on home video. There's quite a few cinema releases this weekend. I'm not going to give you all of it. I'm not going to go in depth on all of them. Just going to give you a basic rundown. So, Shelter, a Jason Statham action thriller in which he plays a former assassin who fights his former organisation to protect a young girl. Is This Thing On, a comedy drama starring Will Arnett, Laura Dern and Bradley Cooper, who also directs, in a story about a marriage breaking up, leading the man to do stand-up comedy, and the film is loosely based on the life of English comedian John Bishop, who is involved in the film. Primate, a horror film starring Oscar winner Troy Kotsur, about a group of college students on vacation in Hawaii who get killed by a domesticated chimpanzee who's become rabid and violent. It's basically the opening sequence of the Jordan Peele film Nope, but made into a full-length movie. And then Melania, a documentary from disgraced director Brett Ratner, which follows First Lady Melania Trump in the 20 days before his Donald Trump's second inauguration. So that's a lot of stuff in the cinema this weekend. I don't think I'm gonna watch any of it. Just thought I'd put it out there in the ether that there's a lot on this weekend. Also, what happened this week was the BAFTA nominations were announced. announced with Hamnet, Marty Supreme, One Battle After Another, Sentimental Value, and Sinners being the 5 nominees for Best Film, with a Scottish biographical drama, I Swear, picking up an impressive 5 nominations, including Best Actor for Robert Aramayo. The BAFTAs have a tendency to pick up what the Oscars snub, like Chase Infinity for One Battle After Another. But there's also just the categories are smaller than the Oscars, so something's got to give. But yes, I Swear was really at the forefront of British film representation in the bigger categories this year. That's all I have for this week, but be sure to check back next week where I'll be talking about the new Sam Raimi film, Get Help. I'll also, depending how annoying HMV wants to be this week, I'll also be reviewing Springsteen Deliver Me From Nowhere. I know it's on Disney Plus. But I'd prefer watching it on Blu-ray. Hey, but if it absolutely looks like, HMV will not get my copy to me before it comes time to sit down and review the film, I'll bite the bullet, watch it on Disney Plus. But hopefully, I'll be able to watch it on Blu-ray, because physical media. So see you next week.